The name of the city is the City of 10,000 Buddhas, which there were people in Ukiah who thought it meant the City of 10,000 Buddhists. They thought there were going to be 10,000 Buddhists here. And so they were really freaked out about all of these 10,000 Buddhists coming here. And so there was a lot of misunderstanding, and eventually the Buddhists here made it clear to them that it was the City of 10,000 Buddhas because there were these little statues in their temple, and there were 10,000 of them there, not 10,000 Buddhists.
It's only called the city because that's the name our Venerable Master gave it. There's no central government. It's a non-profit organization. It's a religious organization. We have a lot of branch temples scattered actually all over the world. And this is the so-called headquarters, because it's the largest property.
Originally it was a mental institute, and it had something like 3,000 patients. During Reagan's governorship, kind of a new policy was instituted where you try to mainstream people with psychological problems rather than have them in an institute.
40 years ago, a friend of mine was becoming a psychologist, and he invited me to come and visit him here. It was really quite, I would say, unpleasant or distressing at that time. And to come back here again 40 years later, and to see peacocks wandering around on the lawn and people wandering around in saffron robes, it's quite different, but in a pleasant way.
Developing Virtue Secondary School, founded by Venerable Master Xuan Hua, the founder of the City of 10,000 Buddhas.
I was at public school in 9th grade and I came here for 10th grade. And I'm in 12th grade now, so this is my 3rd year. I originally asked my parents if I could go to the local public high school here because I thought it would be like less of a big transition. But they said to try here first out and see if I liked it enough.
We wanted, I guess, to protect our children and have them grow up in an environment where there was a lot of discipline.
First of all, we are an all-girls school and an all-boys school.
Like, we can't talk to them, email, nothing.
Here you're just like, oh my God, there's a guy, I can't look at him.
The education has been great, but it has prepared me mentally. I wake up at 5:45, 5:50 every day. And I have a set schedule. Whatever I do, after school, I have to do this, I have to do that.
The junior high and high school have to do weekly jobs. And everybody in the high school also has to clean.
I don't really have much social life that much. I don't go out. Sometimes we play basketball. We have basketball tournaments outside. And that's the only time I leave. I don't really get to go out much. If I do, it's probably at most once a month, maybe.
Yes, the rules can be difficult to adapt to, especially if a student is coming here at the high school level and they've already been used to living the normal teenager's life. But once they understand the rationale, then they really can see the difference.
I've seen quite a lot of students who are just average or a little bit below average who develop very good work habits, and they make up through their diligence for a lack of outstanding academic ability.
Do people actually watch?
It's very different. It's really, really small, and you get a lot of attention from the teachers.
Constitution.
Our teachers are mostly monks and nuns and lay volunteers.
And liberals. It's unique to have a school on what is considered a monastery or monastic grounds. They don't watch TV, they don't listen to the radio, unless it's something, of course, educational that the teacher approves.
Both of our daughters have really been very well behaved from the time they were born. We've never had any problem with them.
People say because vegetarian baby, maybe it's easier to raise and easier to handle that. I guess that's probably true.
When we got married, I wasn't a vegetarian, but later I became a vegetarian.
They do, of course, have rules about their eating habits. They're vegetarians, no meat, no eggs.
The kids who like come here because their parents make them come, they usually maybe they stay for like a couple years and then.
Of course, this place is not for everyone. Different environment, in such a protected environment, very different from the outside world. They wonder if our graduates can actually adapt to normal society.
By the time they're ready to go to the college, they have a pretty good idea of what they can do, what they cannot do.
I think I'll be fine. I mean, guys are people too, so.
It's gonna be on my self-judgment.
100% of our graduates have gone on to very good universities, such as Stanford, Columbia, MIT, Berkeley.
I think something like 90% end up graduating with a 4-year degree.
I'm more interested in the maths and sciences rather than in English. And I originally wanted to do medicine, but I also wanted to do some engineering too. And so biomedical engineering is like a combination of both.
Well, no, we're pretty happy she's got accepted in that field. So.
Whether they're, outstanding academically is not our major goal at all. It's we want to have students who come out of the school and can make some contribution to society.
They have really developed a good character, so wherever they go, not just make a living for themselves or build a comfortable life for themselves, but someone who can change the world for the better.